Hey guys, I'm back. So today I'm gonna be doing a comparison video. I'm gonna be comparing the LGT DarkWolf Darth Maul replica here to the UltimateWorks or the PachStore's Darth Maul. I'm more just gonna be talking about the specifications of the hilt itself. I'm not gonna go really in depth in the electronics that it came with because that's a whole different topic, as they came with different setups in general. But yeah, so what we have in front of us, we have the two hilts and the coupler, and these two hilts and the coupler. If you guys want a close up, this is the LGT DarkWolf Darth Maul. And then this is the UltimateWorks or the PachStore's Darth Maul. So, looking at the differences right off the bat right now, obviously the finishing on each one is different. The LGT is chrome finished. It is a big fingerprint magnet, while the UltimateWorks is more of like a darker, like matte finish, but it's not really a matte finish either. I don't really know how to explain this finishing, but it's not a fingerprint magnet like the Darth Maul. But it really comes down to what you really like. You know, some people like the chrome, and some people just prefer this finishing, you know. I mean, for me, it doesn't really matter. But, I mean, having the occasional fingerprints and stuff like that, I mean, it doesn't bother me because it can always be wiped off. So, it's not like it's like permanently there. So, I mean, I don't look at the hilt all the time. So, it doesn't bother me. As long as the finishing matches and it looks good, it's all right with me. So moving on, we have the comparison in sizes. So check out these two. Sorry, but I don't have anything to actually measure how long these hilts are specifically. But I do have, a 36-inch NeoPixel blade here that you guys could try to maybe picture of kind of see how long it is and whatnot. So yeah, but for me, looking at this right now, comparing the two hilts together, they both look to be very similar in length. The UltimateWorks seems to be just about maybe an eighth of an inch longer than the LGT for single hilts, that is, which is not too much of a difference. So picking these up, obviously, the biggest difference in sizes is the diameter of the hilts. You can tell already in the camera here that the UltimateWorks version is slimmer. It's about, I'm not sure, but it is, you could really notice the difference in slimness. But yeah, I mean, the UltimateWorks version of the hilt takes a 7/8 7/8 blade for 7/8 diameter blade, and the LGT takes a 1 inch. So you can you already know that the UltimateWorks version is gonna be slimmer already because of that. So putting down the hilts to kind of compare it to the sizing of this 36-inch blade, it seems to make about maybe a third of the blade. So maybe 36 divided by 3, you get about 12, I believe. So each hilt is about that, around that 12-inch or that 1 foot length, I guess. So you'd imagine if you were to couple them together, which I will do later, it'll be probably about 2 feet or around that 24 or 25-inch length. So since we're done measuring, kind of giving you guys a little visual on how long or the length of these are and how they compare. Now we're gonna kind of compare. I'm just gonna tell you guys kind of what I think about the weight and the weight differences between the two. I don't have a scale or anything to tell you guys specifics. Sorry about that, but you'd have to just take my word for it. I am a man of my word. I'm not gonna tell you guys misinformation. At least I try not to. Alright, so I'm gonna be picking them up, each one with my right arm. I'm not gonna do it with my left and right. It's probably easier for me to try to do it with just one arm, so I could maybe kind of tell the differences. But yeah, let's start with the UltimateWorks here. All right. So feeling the difference, the weight seems not too far apart. It feels very similar, but in a way, maybe the PachStore version feels just a tad heavier, or I don't know if I can't really say it's heavy. It just feels like a more solid hilt, and like it has a nice heft to it. It's not heavy, but it feels very solid. Wow, the LGT, it feels like hollow. It feels like it's empty. It feels the weight difference between the two feels very similar, but the LGT just feels hollow and it feels empty. I don't know if you know what I mean, but that is how it feels. That's how I would describe it. The differences in weight aren't too much, I would think. I can't really tell since I don't have a scale, but I could be wrong. But feeling the two, it just feels like, I don't know, it feels similar, but like I said, the UltimateWorks feels like more of a solid hilt. It definitely feel like maybe 2 pounds, maybe 1 pound or 2 pounds, around that range for each hilt. So I don't know. I would think it's probably around that, probably 2 pounds or so for each hilt. And then if you have both the hilts together, you probably get around 4 or 5 pounds altogether. So yeah. Alright, so now we're gonna talk about the buttons. So as I mentioned in my review of this hilt already, one of my gripes about this hilt is the activation buttons is right here and not, in the if you're watching the movies, he probably really activates it on one of these two buttons here. But yeah, it's for this hilt, you activate with this button right here. That's kind of just here in the hilt. Nothing really too pretty about it. Just kind of, to me, it looks like a awkward thing on the hilt. Yeah, maybe they could have just added something to, you know, make it look a little more um, original. You know, this is just some weird like washer button. I don't even know what it is, but it's just weird just being there, you know. But yeah, that is how the hilt, this hilt is controlled, or this is where the buttons are, which is really weird in my opinion. All right, and then we have the UltimateWorks here, and obviously we don't have that weird awkward button like the LGT. So this is the main power button here, and this is the auxiliary button. This is a two button setup with their Asteria soundboard. The LGT has 2 buttons, so it can support a 2-button setup, but this hilt is built in with a 1-button setup. So yeah, so that's one of the differences. One of the difference too. So yeah, this is how you power it on here.
At last we will have our revenge.
And then obviously these, you know, those weird awkward buttons here are in this placement here as LEDs and a screw, and that honestly that matches very well with the hilts. I mean, they, instead of this, maybe they could have added like this screw here or something. I don't know. Maybe it would have looked just a little bit natural, more natural. I don't know. What I mean is maybe they could have added something that just looks more natural with the hilt. Yeah, these buttons are just a little bit weird to me. So yeah. So yeah, we have your auxiliary button here. So that is how you power on this thing. And obviously, oops, try to turn it off. It won't turn off. There we go. Obviously, these 2 buttons here are also non-functioning buttons, just like the LGT, or they have these 2 buttons here and whatever that doesn't function. And I don't know what the purpose of these are, but you know, these are clickable and stuff like that. I mean, I guess in a way you could probably modify the electronics or something like that to maybe make some of these buttons work, or do something. But out of the factory, you know, you only get your Asteria and these 2 buttons. So I didn't understand why these 2 buttons are made functional. But other than that, it's not too bad. It looks great. I mean, it doesn't have your awkward decor here with, you know, that's just nothing, just non-working buttons. These are working buttons, and I'm sure if you wanted to, you could DIY something to make these function. Oh, besides all those, I guess we could maybe talk about the sound ventilations of each hilt. I mean, the ventilations are very similar. You know, the sounds get vented down at the bottom here. There's these vented cuts here. Let me just turn on the light. At the pommel, I guess you could say, of the hilts. And as you can see, there's like a little red gem at the UltimateWorks Darth Maul here. This is like another a light blinker. I guess it's supposed to mimic some kind of like maybe like a kyber crystal or something. But yeah, and as you can see, this is just your usual vented pommel. You can see the speakers of the LGT here. You could maybe see the speakers out of this too, but I can't really see it. You can't really see it as clear. And I guess we might as well power it on here.
At last we will have our revenge.
This is the UltimateWorks vented sound. And then this is the LGT vented sound with the RGBX Eco Smooth swing board. So yeah, that is, I guess, the comparison for sound ventilation. I'm not sure what else to compare, but I guess to kind of note, the UltimateWorks has a CoverTech wheel, while the LGT does not, and it does not have any sort of attachments to allow carrying. So that is another thing you guys would probably want to know. And these black parts of the hilt here is O-rings, like they're rubber O-rings. So that's one thing you guys should probably know about as well. So the LGT here, you can kind of look at the emitter here. The emitter does have openings or that you can see like the light or the blade. So, and that's one thing that the UltimateWorks does not have. So that's one of the cool things about this hilt, is that you have that opening and you can see the light of from the hilt. All right, so let's talk about the blade depths. I just kind of looked in the emitter. Like I said, the UltimateWorks Darth Maul takes a 7/8 blade, which I do not have, so I can't really tell you guys exactly. But if you look inside the hilt, the NeoPixel, the NeoPixels look to be sitting around, right around, right here, right around this rubber O-ring here, while the LGT sits about right around here. So you look at the difference. They look to be sitting at around the similar area, with the maybe a difference in maybe a quarter inch or so. So that's one thing to note in differences, even though they have very deep blade depth. So that's not really something I would really worry about. But to maybe some people, maybe every quarter inch counts. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have in mind for comparing these two hilts. So I guess we're just gonna end this video here but I'll give you guys another second look at these two hilts coupled together. This is the UltimateWorks or the PachStore's Darth Maul with NeoPixel and Asteria 2.5 installed. This whole setup will run you $699 with the NeoPixel blade and everything. And then we have the LGT Darth Maul here. It cost you about $460 at DarkWolf. DarkWolf Sabers, which is where I got it from, installed with Profi and NeoPixel. You get two 32-inch or 36-inch NeoPixel blade, depending on what you choose. And if you wanted, you get this directly from LGT at AliExpress for about, I believe, $350. So it's a difference of $110 if you were to buy it directly from LGT or from DarkWolf. So it's really up to you whether or not you want to spend that extra money or not. But yeah. All right, check it out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.